Hurrah! We've just passed the 1,000 miles to go milestone.
Excellent. We seem to be cruising along at between 3 and 4 knots, which is fine during the day, but pretty
hairy at night time.
Hairy at night time, yeah. Last night was certainly not the easiest of nights for any of the shifts that we did.
No. A bit battered and a bit bruised this morning, to be honest, having been flung out of the seat, flung all over the boat, balls stuck everywhere. So, Saturday the 31st of December 2011, the last day of the year. Over Toby's right shoulder is the setting sun. Been a busy few days, hasn't it, Tobes, in the run up to the end of the year?
It has been a busy few days, Nick. Biggest event was our victory roll.
Victory roll, yeah.
9 o'clock in the morning yesterday. It was really breezy. Big waves, big breeze, probably high 20s. Gusting, and the waves were large and just very steep and going quickly. We were sort of between 3.5, 3 knots all morning surfing down the waves, and got one big one where we started surfing quite quickly, but then the boat just tripped up on itself a little bit and rolled pretty violently to port, to its left-hand side, and very quickly we found ourselves upside down. I was on deck, I was rowing, Nick was in the cabin.
Yeah. Fortunately we got the hatch shut just in time,
yeah, luckily,
so no water came in.
I shouted for the hatch, and Nick was really quick onto it. It was latched most of the shot anyway, so I found myself under the boat. Took a big gulp of air before we went over. A bit like a capsizing dinghy, really.
Yeah.
Probably a bit quicker than that.
Yeah. So, Tuesday the 3rd of January, just on 11 o'clock boat time, and we've just crossed 48 west, which is pretty good. We're 710 miles to the finish, and we're 3 miles ahead of Andrew, about 104 miles ahead of the Atlantic 4, so generally all working out pretty well so far. Today is our 30th day at sea. Morning of Saturday the 14th, and we've been under attack this morning by some flying fish. Quite a lot of flying fish, as you can see, which decided that obviously being on board our boat was preferable to being in the middle of the Atlantic. It's over there in the distance, and you have to believe me if it doesn't come up on the camera, it's land. It's Barbados. Our first sight of land in over, well, 40 days. And we are just under 20 miles to the finishing line. All very exciting, because the other part of the puzzle is that Andrew on JJ is just over there. Up again, he's lost in the waves, but he's not that far away. And above us, we've got a plane, which we believe is tracking the both of us. that is Barbados. That is land. We just under 10 miles to go to the finishing line, and we are going full speed because Andrew in JJ is only about half a mile behind us, if that, just astern of us, and we can see him occasionally between the waves. We can't let up because he's also motoring pretty fast, but all good. This is what we've been aiming for the last 40 days, and after 2,550 miles we are within half a mile of another boat. You couldn't have made it up.
How does it feel to have won the world's toughest rowing race?
Yeah, brilliant. We didn't expect to, right until the last moments really. We only passed Andrew, what was it, 4 hours before the finish?
Yeah.
I mean, we've traded places with him between first and second for almost the entire race. I think we've swapped leads 3 or 4 times.
We were struggling to sort of keep pace with the other boat, BOXnumber8. I felt a huge amount of pressure to try and, I had things that I wanted to achieve, and also it felt like things were getting really close. Felt like home was getting close and dry land and that sort of thing. So yeah.
I'm not sure we started to think about Barbados until quite late in the day. I mean, you can't. In fact, we discussed it and said you can't start thinking about, oh, it's 2 weeks to go or something like that.
How did you celebrate when you first got to dry land?
Actually, try not to fall over was the way I celebrated.
It'll take a while for this to sink in. Not just the completing. I mean, we set off with the intention of getting across. I mean, that was the plan, to get across and have a good experience. To win was an added bonus. To win the way we did and race, today as hard as we did, was great. But it'll sink in, and normality will be a challenge, I think. Getting back to that sort of routine.